Moving on, the civil rights advocacy group HURIWA has described as fraud, highly organized blackmail, and total falsehood the allegation of possessing forged National Youth Service Corps discharge certificate by the governorship candidate of People's Democratic Party in Enugu State, Dr. Peter Ndubisi Mba. HURIWA described the action as political tools being deployed by the political opposition in Enugu State to wage way-forward campaign of calumny against the gubernatorial candidate of the PDP.
The PDP guy in Enugu State did not forge his NYC certificate, and the civil society groups that just cranked up to go and bandy allegations against the candidate because they want to achieve a predetermined objective. We are advising them as senior colleagues because we've been on this terrain. We've been on this terrain for long, 16 years, and still counting. If you want to survive as a civil society activist, you don't wait and you go to bed, or maybe you are over at the market selling fish. And when it is time for election, you just go and spring up and maybe get CAC to register an association for you, and you only begin to fish around for some kind of evidence. And if you are lucky to get one or two lacuna, you now seize on it and begin to blackmail political people who are seeking for political parties. And sometimes some people who are seeking for political offices, they have this kind of desperation that if you don't take time when you are approached, and maybe you're not too sure that that thing they're saying is correct or not, you just get duped. So the work of the CSO is not to find fault, to begin to go and look around to see who went to school or who didn't go to school. I spoke with him one-on-one, like 3 times. The guy confirmed to me that he was actually giving his staff because we saw all his certificates and everything. But he was one of those guys who was victimized by the syndicate.
Relatedly, HURIWA said it has investigated and uncovered the existence of a syndicate within the Nysc whose members actually forged certificates and issues to unexpected members of the public. The national coordinator, Emmanuel Onwubiko, says they will be writing the new Director General of the Nysc to task him to set up independent panel of investigators to uncover the members of this syndicate who actually operate inside the complex of the Nysc and are luring unsuspecting members of the academic community who finished their service here or looking for exemption letters.
There has to be enlightenment programs, and there has to be a way the hierarchy of that. We're going to write the NYSC. Why we are talking about this aspect of it now is because the allegation they made against the PDP guy in Enugu has to do with NYSC. So I am telling you, where we say that one is false, but I can tell you for free that there are actually Nigerians who have been defrauded right inside the NYSC. They finished, but they were given a Oluwole certificate. And we on our own decided that we want to go into this matter because we are concerned about good governance, especially in that part of the country, the southeast. We were concerned about whatever goes on in the southeast, in as much as we are concerned about whatever goes on in the northeast. But when it comes to the issue of good governance, we are on top of it in the southeast. We are very much on top of it. That is one of our priority areas. So when this thing broke, when this allegation broke in the media, we also undertook our own independent investigation and found out that there's no truth to it at all. It's just blackmail.
The Civil Rights Advocacy Group has called on all aspirants of political offices to stop hiring groups to constitute nuisance to the smooth exercise of the electioneering campaigns.